Assalamu alaikum, dear friends and colleagues. We are continuing the topic of air conditioner cools weekly. The next reason is the replacement of R22 Freon with its substitutes. R22 Freon with the chemical formula CaClF2 was first synthesized in 1935. To this day, we come across millions of devices working with it. Due to the damage this freon causes to the ozone layer, it was decided in the 90s to gradually replace it with new freons. The ODP, ozone depletion potential of R22 freon, is 0.055 compared to R11. That is, the damage caused by 18 kilograms of R22 freon to the ozone layer over 100-year period is equal to the damage caused by 1 kilogram of R11. The production of air conditioners working with this freon was stopped at the end of 2014. Since 2019, the import of R22 freon into our country has been banned. Exactly from this year, we started filling air conditioners working with R22 with its substitutes. We mainly use these substitutes. On each cylinder, it is clearly written which gases are inside. But I wonder if these substitutes can really replace it completely. The biggest difference between R22 and its substitute is the presence of temperature glide. That is, you can make a freon mixture whose boiling point is like that of R22, but you cannot eliminate this temperature glide problem. R22 freon is a gas that boils at minus 40.7 degrees Celsius. Those who work with R22 know that it is possible to charge their freon into the AC in both gas and liquid states. But since all the freon that replace R22 consists of mixed gases and cause a temperature glide problem, charging them into the AC in gas form leads to the consequences you see in the picture. For this reason, these gases must be charged into the system only in the form you see in this picture, in a liquid state with the cylinder turned upside down. Among these mixed freons, the boiling point of R417A is very close to R22, but the temperature glide is 5 Kelvin. If the single component R22 freon remained at the same temperature from the moment it started boiling until its last molecule evaporated, the boiling temperature in R417A will glide upward by 5 degrees Celsius. R407C freon starts boiling at minus 43 degrees Celsius at normal atmospheric pressure, but the process ends at minus 36.6 degrees Celsius. That is, the temperature glide of the freon is 7 Kelvin. But remember, this 7 Kelvin difference is valid only when the gas composition is complete. If there has been a leak in the system, since the gases boiling at the lowest temperature evaporate first, the starting temperature can be higher, for example, minus 38 degrees Celsius or minus 35 degrees Celsius. The remaining liquid gradually becomes heavier. Let's clarify this further with an example. In heating engineering, the rate of heat transfer depends on the temperature difference between two substances, that is, delta T. After the liquid gas enters the evaporator working with R22 refrigerant, let's say it boils at plus 5 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of the air coming from the room is plus 25 degrees Celsius, the difference will be a constant 20 degrees Kelvin everywhere in the pipe. The boiling will proceed at the same temperature until the last molecule turns into vapor. But if there is R407 mixed gas in the system, it will also start boiling at plus 5 degrees Celsius. However, due to the temperature glide, the temperature of the Freon will already be plus 12 degrees Celsius at the point where the boiling process ends. Since it is plus 5 degrees Celsius at the beginning of the pipe, then plus 6, plus 7, and plus 12 degrees Celsius at the end. According to the second law of the thermodynamics, the temperature difference decreases here. Because that driving force between the air and the Freon weakens, the end parts of the pipe cannot absorb heat as effectively as they do with R22. In engineering terms, this phenomenon is the decrease of the LMTD, logarithmic mean temperature difference indicator. Since this average indicator is low in R407C, the cooling weakens. Exactly because of this physical glide, even though the device consumes the same energy or even a little more, the heat absorption capacity of the evaporator decreases. In air conditioner with capillary tube, cooling can weaken by up to 30%. In the system with EEV, electronic expansion valve, this loss is somewhat less. In our tests, we saw that when charging R407C instead of R22, the cooling power decreases by 8 to 10%, while electricity consumption increases by also 8 to 10%. Our experience shows that among the substitutes are 427A Freon gives closer results to R22. If any of my colleagues have tested in practice that any of the other substitutes show better results, please let us know in the comment section. The point is that if the air conditioner is designed for R22, this weakening inevitably occurs. However, air conditioners intended directly for R407C from the factory work quite efficiently with their specific components. In conclusion, we can say that no matter which gas we replace R22 with, cooling in all systems will weaken to some extent. Do not forget to like us and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching us until the end.